Hi guys, we're here for the fourth installment, getting a 2020 vision running into 2025 with the amazing John Heenan, the State of 5 Club. And today's topics, we want to talk about what is our mission statement and how what our mission statement can do to drive traffic towards not just ourselves and attract our target market, but actually attract clients to our own clients, in which we obviously deal with day in and day out. John, lead us off in what is it? What involves in a great mission statement?
Okay, so the purpose of the mission statement is to have a potential client read it and say, yes, that's what I want. Okay, excuse me. So, in effect, a mission statement states the result you're going to get, your potential client. And so the more clarity you have around that, and I'll be honest with you, Henry, it's a hard thing to do, because part of the challenge is I don't want to miss out on anything. So I'm trying to come up with something that'll touch everybody and everything that I think could be a potential client for my business.
Yeah.
And that's why the strategic plan is so important, because as my friend Mort always said, what you truly wants you. So if we really take the time and identify what you truly want, and I mean really from the point of view, not what you think you want to impress other people and all that type of stuff. You got to be really authentic with yourself. So if I use TDS as an example, and this was a big long one, I've worked at this over the years, so if I look, what does TDS do? We're in the fulfillment business, so what do? We hold other people's goods and we pick and pack and ship them. Well, okay, that's what you do. But what's the result of doing that?
Yeah.
So if you have got a product of some description and you're marketing online, or even if you're marketing it whatever way you do, and if you've got a little warehouse and a forklift and people and all this type of stuff, if you outsource that to the likes of TDS, that would free up your time to work on your business. And so the result, so I started off, this was the first one that was nuts. So our mission statement was to free business owners from the operational prison that most business owners live in, right? Now, and basically what I was trying to say is, if you actually outsource that operational part, it would free you up to spend more time on marketing, on coming up with new products.
To be creative and work on what it is the highest best use of your time.
100%. Okay? So if you look at us as a business, what's the highest and best use of our time? Well, the highest and best use of our time is to look at continually developing software, developing processes and systems, which gets our clients a better result from an operational point of view.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to, as I say, I've changed this and I've tweaked it all the time, and now I'm working on potentially a mission statement saying we care because we want to make a difference.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure that it's too broad, it's too whatever, because one of the other things about a mission statement is that it should actually chase away the people that you don't want. You have to think of this. Your time and energy is a resource in your business. It's probably the most valuable thing in your business.
Yeah, and I'm just working that out, really.
Yeah. And an awful lot of us, Henry, unfortunately confuse activity with productivity. We're really, really busy, but not getting anywhere. And if you think about this, we got 20 inquiries this week, and you go and you follow up, and then you find out actually 2 of them are of potential target market, or even what you want. And then again, if you look at TDS as a fulfillment business, can we fulfill anything? Yeah, of course we do. We can.
Do you want to?
Right. Do you want to? No. I mean, we've been approached by people in the DIY stuff. 8x4 sheets of plywood. No thanks. That's not what our game is.
Yeah.
So we're more inclined, we're looking at nutritional products, beauty products, and apparel. 3 markets, and keep it very neat. And as we focus on that, we get better at that, we get a better result, and the process goes on. And that's exactly the same for our customers. Because one of the problems, and this isn't heard with us all, so I start off trying to sell these black ones, and I go and I talk to Jack, and Jack says, would you have a blue one?
Yeah.
And the salesperson, the entrepreneur in me says, let me get back to you. I'm out the door and I try and source a blue one. Now, I couldn't actually make enough money selling black ones.
Right.
Now I've got a black one and a blue one because I went and bought 100 of the blue ones because somebody only
else.
wanted 10, but you can only buy them at 100, or I had to buy them at 100 to get the price down. So I've now got 90 blue ones that I can't sell you. And then I meet Sam. Sam says, could you get me a red one? You're the man, no? And so I end up with this wide.
Yeah.
Okay. And so I wonder, and it's this thing that I'm afraid of missing out. I'm afraid of saying no to somebody.
Yeah.
But trust me, Henry, in the last 40 years, if I look back, the things that I said no to never cost me anything.
Yeah.
See some of the things I said yes to? Cost me 3 years.
And that comes back to where we're talking about our mission statement and where it's driving. And as you said, there's an attraction there, but we also want the ability to kick away the business that we don't want.
Yeah, and it's not that you're being judgmental in any manner, shape or form. If you think about it, why did we start this off with vision and your values? What's your values? So one of my core values is close personal relationships. It doesn't do me any favours or a potential client of ours any favours if they're not the type you want to have a close personal relationship. I got clients up yesterday from Dublin. They're young, they're 24, incredibly bright, really engaging, lovely people. That's not a problem. Took them to Johnny Long for a face supper.
Very good.
I mean, I can engage with them.
Yeah.
I've had other people, and they're distant just on a purely human level.
Yeah.
I'm not overly inclined to, and take this away, I'm not overly inclined to go out of my way to help them type of thing.
No, but that comes down to, and I said this to someone this morning, and life, when you work this out, and both of them are okay, if you've got transactional relationships or you've got transformational relationships, the transactional ones are okay, but don't ask them to actually move beyond the transaction. You're there to get and give, blah, blah, blah. Over here, it's like you were saying, you're taking the Johnny Longs, we're having a bit of a relationship, you're growing with two young entrepreneurs, and if they're with you in the next 6 years, that relationship will develop. But that's part of the ethos, part of your close relationships in regards to what is your values, which is driving your mission statement.
And part of that conversation with people is saying, at some stage, we may not be the best to serve you.
And you have
So
to be
let me help you, introduce you. You need to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's having an abundant view of the world.
Yeah.
So you either have a scarcity view or an abundant view. The scarcity view is get all I can and can all I get. Okay, it's all about me. Or an abundant view is there's more than enough out there.
Yeah.
And so one of the most important things to do is actually working out how much money, how many clients, at what size. And I remember doing this years back, Henry, and figuring out if we had 50 clients that we could make £500 a month off.
Yeah.
That would make us $25,000 a month. By 12 is £300,000. And that was a particular number for a particular reason. You remember the reason now. But you know what that did in my head? It set me free because we only needed 50 clients that you could make £500 off. So I went and looked, do we have any clients that we make £500 a month off? Yeah. What do they look like? What size do they have to be? They need to be shipping 300 or 500 orders a month. There were certain things about them that allowed you to make £500 net profit off them.
But that's so important, and that's where the fear of missing out. You have to drill down and go. Because we have a mutual friend who back 10 years ago had a business turned 500,000. Had a fantastic life. And I remember him saying to me one day, he says, "Honey, I want a business turned to $1 million." He got his $1 million, put his lights out, purely because the person who had a great life at 500,000, he got to his $1 million. Somewhere along the way, the big why got messed up. The values get messed up. The mission get messed up because he chased the figure rather than the system and the
Hence,
big why.
Chuck's the title of the book, Making Money as You Can Your Business. If you're only focusing on making the money,
Yeah.
and don't, hey, It's not that money's important, but it's secondary option.
No.
I understand that.
But I want to come in because we've all been there. It's good to know at the minute I'm chasing the money because I need to pay the bills.
Yeah.
But I don't want to stay here.
Yeah.
It's the difference between, a hostage and a prisoner.
prisoner.
At the minute, I know I'm a hostage, but I want to move from hostage scenario into a prison, into freedom.
Yeah, and the difference is a hostage doesn't know when they're getting out, whereas a prisoner
That's what I'm
does.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But at least you know, at the minute, I'm a hostage to this thing, and I hate it and all the rest of it. But in reality, we need to go, okay, I'm hostage at the minute, but I'm going to work towards freedom.
Yeah. And it takes time. You know, there's an expression that says I can put up with any amount of pain as long as I know it's going to come to an end.
Come to an end.
And if you look at it, why do most businesses fail? It's not that the business fails, it's that the business owners get tired, they get worn
That's
out.
right, exhausted. That's
Okay?
right.
And again, so it keeps coming back to it. We are confusing activity with productivity. We're just doing stuff, this random hope. So taking the time to put together your 2-page strategic plan sets you free.
Yeah,
And gives you a roadmap. I mean, growth is not something that you arrive at. Growth is a path that you walk.
It's a process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what you need to be doing.
Okay, so coming into land for the last number of minutes, we want to obviously put some of the big rocks in and leave the viewers with something to go, right, okay, I'm going to action that from today. I'm not where I want, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not where I used to be, I'm here. And it's a good say, right, okay, especially moving in 2020 vision going into 2025. This is a fantastic stage to go, right, okay, this is where I'm going. I'm not where I was, but I can tell you what, I can now draw a line. What are the couple of big rocks there that we can put in for the here and now, moving towards the end of 24, moving into 25, we consider it gets a bit of clarity.
That's a very personal question because it depends on who you are and where you are.
Sometimes I get personal.
I know. Well, appreciate that. And where you are in your business, okay? But you may, so take your friend who wanted to go from 500,000 to $1 million. So if the goal is the $1 million, how are you going? There's many ways to get your business to $1 million.
Okay. It was like the processes went out the window.
Yeah. Look, as you grow up, this is the challenge. We want to double our business. That's great. Okay, so you put all the emphasis in sales and marketing, and you get the business. Then you got to do it. You got to do something with the business. That's the operational aspect of it. So if you look at a lot of people in business, so they do all the marketing bit, the business grows, and the supply chain, they haven't thought it out. They can't. And I have seen so many people do this in the past where they had a product, they brought the first couple of pallets in, they see they're selling their item at £70, they do some great marketing, and they get 5,000 orders, they're out of stock, and they have to fly it in.
Yeah.
And the cost of flying the goods in is more than what they can get for them.
Up through.
So thinking this type of stuff, again, this comes back to making sure, but if I'm a marketeer and I'm growing this business, I don't think about that.
Yeah.
It's not, I'm just thinking about marketing the product and growing my business. So yes, I can grow my business to $1 million turnover, but I'll have 1.2 million of costs.
Of course. Yeah.
And
that's important.
So it's making sure, so the whole idea of this, so next week we're going to be talking about then the objectives. What's the objectives? So that it's what's the one big rock the thing? So it may be, okay, we're going to go sales from 500,000 to $1 million. Okay, that's the objective. Then there's supporting things that will make that happen. And then we'll break that down into what do we need to do in the next 3 months, what do we need to do in the next month, and then what have we got to do and this week. And that strategic plan keeps you on track.
Okay.
Because things change. So what we're talking about is, I'm at A, I want to get to B, so what's the next 1 or 2 steps I need to take? And it's taking that feedback. Too many of us are, I'm at A, I want to get to B, and I just keep doing things, hoping it all works out. You've got to take feedback.
Yeah.
And that's the most important bit.
And you have to be big enough internally to go, this is, it's like 3 to 5 club mantra would be, I'm working a bad plan. But the key thing is that you perfect as you go. You can't stay at the same place. So guys, if you're looking to scale your business, you want to know more about the 3 to 5 club, contact John Heenan on LinkedIn and reach out to him and start a conversation, or go directly to find out more about the 3 to 5 club at www.3to5club.com to find out more about the club, the community and all that great stuff. John, thank you so much for another instalment. What is our next instalment next week?
So next week we're going to be talking about the objectives and identifying objectives that you're going to be targeting, moving towards.
Yeah, one of the greatest things I love about the 3 to 5 Club is this, is the community and the outside eyes and how important that is. But as I said, we're all on a journey. It doesn't matter if you're a startup or a person who is running a big multi-million pound agency. The reality is sometimes the problems and the process and the staff and all are just bigger, but they're the same problems. But there is a way we can do things.
And most of us think we're the only ones with our issues.
Yeah.
You're not. You're not that special.
Yeah. Guys,
As much as I think you are, Henry.
see you next week.
Thank you.